What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Knockout Sessions. Coming off that fight from Virgil Ortiz. If you know, then you know. I just want to get that off my chest right off the rip because I couldn't do that back.
So let's start with it. What did you learn from Virgil?
Nothing! Nothing at all. It was horrible. I literally farted, and that fart was the speed of the fight. It was horrible.
What happened to your I love you like my farts that you gotta squeeze?
Hey, for those of y'all, quick little thing. For those of y'all that ever want to spit game at your girl, you tell her this. Baby, I love you like my fart because I'm holding on and squeezing on for dear life. Boom.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. But it was a fast first round. But
it's not Virgil's fault.
It's not, obviously. He didn't stop the fight, but obviously it is Virgil's fault because it looked like he was going towards the right direction of what needed to be done.
I ain't gonna lie, we usually have an intro, but the fact that I just kind of got right into it.
That is the intro, the fart. But look, if you when I was watching the live, you know, it did kind of look like an early stoppage, but if you actually rewatch and slow it down and listen to
worthy of a stoppage.
Yes.
But Lawson should have gone on a shield. Tony Weeks, this is the second time you've done this, and we'll get
debatable.
To the second.
It's debatable depending on what you think if this stoppage was fair or not.
You stop it when he's dead. No, okay, no, that. No, you stop it when the man is ready to be stopped. I think Lawson maybe, if he would have gone dropped.
Okay, maybe, but some people like yourself are just too damn stubborn.
No, we just like violence. We're here for
that kid did not want violence.
He absolutely
was not punching back. I think they said it was like 10 seconds.
Yes.
It was 10 seconds of nothing but punches coming and him not throwing anything, not trying to dodge anything. So to me, that sounds like they were supposed to stop the fight.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
Maybe because we wanted to see more. Even Virgil wanted to see more of himself. But
first of all, Virgil wanted all the smoke. I mean, he was even coming at the people he thought was booming at him. So he was like ready to like go off like that. And that the dude that was interviewing him was like, no, chill. They ain't booing you. They're booing the ref.
Yeah.
And then Virgil's like, oh, okay, cool, yeah. But I didn't learn anything from Virgil. He called out Tim Tszyu. He's not ready for that.
He still looked a little.
He's not ready for that, brother.
Maybe.
Stop it.
Maybe he's not. I'm saying.
You know what you're suffering from right now?
CT.
Hopefully.
Suffocation.
No, you're suffering from recency bias and flavor of the week. Virgil looked good, yes, because of the first round early stoppage.
Okay, first of all, you jumped into Tim Tszyu before I even said. Virgil still looked a little out of shape because he came in.
He's big.
Yeah, he came in at 156. He came in at 156, so he technically was 2 pounds overweight from the catch weight or, you know, the agreed weight. But we really didn't get to see if his conditioning was actually there.
We didn't get to see anything from him except the fact that he was landing some cool, combos that looked devastating enough to a certain referee and wanted to stop early.
But see, you keep saying why. He was done. He was wobbled, and then again 10 seconds of getting punishment, and him not even wanting to throw a punch. I don't know what you expected. It was going to be over in the first round, no matter what.
No, I think.
What did you see?
More punishment. I needed to see more punishment.
But what did you see from
Lawson?
He
wasn't on his back yet, or on the ground.
But what did you see that he was throwing back at Virgil that was going to make a difference in another minute?
Nothing. I just wanted to see another round. If he could have survived another round, just a little more Virgil. See, it's like you give me a pizza, but I only get to bite the pepperoni, and you take the whole slice away from me. You can't do that to me. You can't do that. We got problems.
I don't like that word, but
that's exactly what happened. I don't like that stoppage.
But still, look, Tim Tszyu acknowledged Virgil.
Yeah, he said welcome to the division.
Yeah, welcome to the division. So whether you like it or not, it sounds like we're probably going to get that fight at least in Virgil's third fight of the year because he mentioned he wanted to fight at least 4 times this year. Based on how fast this fight was, we could probably assume we could probably see Virgil as soon as March. You know, depending on
who should Virgil fight next, then before he gets Tim Tszyu Charlo winner, which hopefully by then we have one.
But that's why I said the last time a Brian Mendoza because Tim Tszyu just fought him, a Castaño.
Is good.
Or Sebastian Fundora.
Fundora's good.
Those will all be good
and
fights.
And if he fights Castaño, make Fundora and Mendoza rematch.
How do you think?
Why not? As a co-main.
I mean, I guess because technically it was competitive up until the point that Sebastian got...
Get some parity in the division.
Yeah. But see, Castaño and Virgil, that would be a very...
Who wins?
So based on Virgil seems to have a more similar style to Charlo. Come forward, nothing but power punches.
Pretty good jab too.
Super good jab, which technically that's what wobbles.
Yeah.
Frederick was the freaking jab. So I think at that point we would get a little more answers out of Virgil is, you know, if he's ready for that, you know, that higher tier level of boxers. Castaño has a lot of volume. So it's like we've never seen anyone throw. Yeah, we've never seen anyone come close to throw that much, you know, volume towards Virgil, and he's probably gonna overwhelm Virgil. So depending on how Virgil adjusts to that, and then you know starts getting ready to, or adjust to knock him out, or adjust because technically Charlo left the blueprint for Virgil. So as long as he does something similar that Charlo did, which essentially was just counterpunching, you know. At this point, it's more of can Virgil survive the volume punches coming from Castaño at that point.
And if Tony Weeks is a referee. I'm not letting that go. I'm not letting that go. Hell no. But where does Frederick Lawson go from here? I have an answer, but I'll let you go first.
I guess back to sunny side.
Back to the toilets you go, Lawson. Clean them. But same night though, El Viejo del Boxeo.
They got another first round knockout. So
for my non-Spanish speakers, the old man of boxing is Ismael Barroso. Yeah. Stunned. He stunned Davis in 1 round. Coming off of the loss from Rolly from the same referee,
which
20 weeks.
Which I know that's why you wanted to go back to that. You wanted to go next to that fight because of Tony Weeks, right? You just had to freaking keep going with Tony Weeks.
I'm not done. Tony, me and you got to see each other. I'm tired of you. But Barroso looked good. He actually got the knockout, and you mentioned that when I saw the fight that Rolly went up to him and dabbed him.
Yeah, he showed respect in the ring for Barroso. So, I mean, that kind of begs the question, since we're talking about Barroso and Rolly, is they announced that it seems that Ryan is going to move away from the negotiations with Devin Haney. It looks like he's going to move forward with Rolly Romero. But who deserves a title shot more? Especially based on the performance that Barroso just did with the first round knockout. He made a statement, you know, in his own way. Shouldn't he deserve the rematch after all the controversy?
Well, if that happens, I have an idea for you.
No. It's not if that happens. I'm asking you because...
Does he deserve it, Barroso?
Yeah, over Ryan.
Yeah, because Tony messed up.
Oh my God. Technically, it would have been Ryan versus Barroso.
If Barroso fights Rolly...
Make Ryan versus Devin.
Right? No.
Yes.
No.
Okay, Ryan versus who?
Seth Ramirez.
Oh, because they just signed him up with Golden Boy? I mean, that would be a good fight for Jose, but what does Ryan have to gain out of that?
Some extra push before he gets that Haney fight. Look, we want to see Haney tank. So you know what I'm saying?
I kind of want to see Haney Teofimo more, but I don't know.
Who's that? Yeah. Yeah, we're talking about real 140 pounders. All right?
Okay.
I'm heated right now.
First of all, Tate's never going to step foot at 140 with Haney or Teofimo being champs in that division.
I believe the Haney part, but because I think he floors Teofimo.
Oh my God! I can't wait for them to meet at 147.
No, no, don't give me that at 147. I think Barroso can make an argument to get the rematch with Rolly. Personally, I prefer Rolly Ryan.
Me too.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. But based on what happened though with Barroso's first round TKO, there's gonna be a lot of Julios out there screaming he got robbed.
Let me switch it up for you then. Rolly Ryan, Barroso Ramirez.
But see, we're going back to you're going back to the situation. It's like you're trying to throw Barroso in a situation where he can potentially lose and give a reason for Ramirez to have a ticket to the title shot.
So you think for Barroso it's title or nothing?
If any, I mean, I would say so. You know what I'm saying? If you're being Julio saying that he got robbed, I think he needs some type of fair
compensation.
100%.
So Rolly's that compensation.
Or at least be given the opportunity of the winner fights him.
Of Ryan Rolly?
Yes.
I think both of them beat Barroso.
That's not the argument because
I know.
Technically Rolly already lost to him.
Because Tony makes sure he did.
Damn it, Tony! You're the one who's more upset than anybody that he made that call. So, whose side are you on? Are you mad at that, Tony?
I'm mad at the world.
Apparently,
you know, it's just I hate bad refereeing.
That wasn't bad refereeing.
That man had a parlay.
Not on the freaking Virgil fight. He had it against Rolly. I'll tell you that for sure. But not on the Virgil fight.
I mean. I think.
But see, if they decided to make the Rolly
Ryan
Barroso fight,
Barroso.
See, that kind of puts Ryan in a tough situation because now he has nothing to negotiate with
Ramirez.
Again, that will not impress Haney because you have someone like Haney who's like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna give you the title opportunity. I'm willing, to put everything on the line." To make this fight when, in my opinion, he could literally just go fight Teofimo and it's a bigger fight.
Ryan and Teofimo?
No, Haney Teofimo.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
And so Ryan to tease like, hey, Devin, like, let's make this fight happen, and for him to be like, you know what, never mind, I'm gonna go with Rolly.
Mm-hmm.
That's 100% duck.
I mean, yeah, kind of.
Just like, why announce it? Why?
It's an awkward division right now.
In what way?
Because it's like. So you, like for example, you say Barroso deserves a shot at Rolly.
I was asking you if you think it's fair for him based on what just happened.
Not right away.
Okay, then that's
But that's because I want to see the division move.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see Ryan and Rolly.
Which looks like it's gonna happen.
Maybe. Rolly's weird. Ryan's also kind of weird too because he flirts too much.
But that's what I'm saying. Why do all the flirting when you already have Devin acknowledging you? Make the announcement at the Day of Reckoning to just the same week after say, hey, Devin, never mind, fuck off.
Well, maybe it's leverage to get paid more. Maybe that's what's holding him back.
For who?
For Ryan.
Against Rolly? You're saying
to tell Haney, like...
Haney gains nothing from fighting Ryan other than...
Hey, he gains a lot of following.
Does he really need it?
I mean, to generate more cash.
Look, if Ryan would have not lost to Tank, you can make a better argument because Tank ducked Haney, so Ryan is undefeated, blah 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 blah.
No, because who pulls more, Haney or Ryan?
They're different.
No, but who pulls more?
In different sections. Ryan pulls more with the little girls in Instagram. Haney's like legitimately creating his own audience in the boxing world.
Something like that. I mean, even his home audiences sometimes hate him.
That's what I'm saying. I think the fact that Ryan just made everything
awkward.
No, public.
Oh,
not awkward. He made everything public. He announced it, made Haney talk about it, acknowledged it, and for him to just be like, fuck you, I'm gonna go fight Rolly. Like when Rolly wasn't even willing to give Ryan the time of day until he saw that Ryan said, fuck you, I'm gonna go with Devin.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that makes the argument that you're trying to make that they both need Ryan, but whatever.
He literally just went in a circle, and I looked at him too. I was like, "What?" He literally went in a circle and proved my point.
I love it.
But
AJ Ngannou, though, let's just move along because you made me go in a circle for no reason.
He's mad. He's mad because he realized he's like, oh shit.
Anyways,
AJ Ngannou. I mean, good for Ngannou, man.
you know what's funny that the last time we had the video for the Day of Reckoning, we literally talked about, well, what's next for both Wilder and AJ. Not one time did we ever mention Ngannou.
I think I did jokingly.
Or maybe you did.
And here we are.
So, is this a credible fight for AJ? Is this something that you accept for AJ? Do you think? Because obviously Ngannou, like, yes, bro, get paid. He's gonna get. He's probably made generational wealth between.
You're asking me this question because I know you want to see me rant and yell.
Yes,
and,
because I went in a circle.
But let me tell you something. I'm okay with the fight. This is not his night. I'm okay with the fight for one reason only.
Okay.
One.
See, and you literally killed my side of the argument, but let's see your one reason.
It keeps Anthony Joshua busy.
Yes.
Because we really were thinking, we talked in our last couple of videos, we said, what's next for Anthony Joshua? Like, because Usyk has Fury, Wilder's kind of like, well, what's next? He's at a crossroads. Reese is like trying to, find his way to the gym.
Did you see, speaking about Reese, where Chisora was interviewing him, and Reese was like, oh, I just want AJ to give me the opportunity. And Derek Chisora was like, you do know that you're not on AJ's radar. You're never getting the trilogy fight.
Yeah.
He's all sad about it.
Like that,
that's literally facts. Like, there's no reason why Reese should even be in AJ's radar at all if Andy Reese has not done anything to stay active or even attempted to stay active.
No, because see, this is what goes back to the whole, like, when I say boxing records and boxing shouldn't matter as much, because think about it. AJ has struggled in when was the Reese Joshua 2 fight? It was in 2021?
No, I think it was during the pandemic. I think it was 2020.
2020?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's been 3 years, going for 4. Since then, AJ has, been up and down, but he's been fighting death row. What has Reese done other than fight? Who was it?
Made his biggest paycheck.
Ariola.
I was about to say, made his biggest paycheck. Got super tatted.
Yeah. He lost a little bit of weight.
Switched like 10 trainers. Lost a little bit of weight.
Lost his girlfriend and tried to take all his money.
Apparently, and you know what I'm saying? And teased the Wilder fight a couple times, but we've never seen any attempts of making that fight.
Reese has been fighting demons more than he's been fighting opponents in the ring.
Yeah, and there's nothing. I mean, Parker has at this point a better argument to get an AJ fight than
for sure
Andy. There's no way that Andy truly believes that he deserves the AJ fight,
Reese,
let alone the winner of Usyk Fury.
Andy Reese is irrelevant until further notice. But in fact, actually, well, speaking of irrelevancy, Ngannou is more deserving of the Joshua fight than Reese.
Apparently, it's happening.
Ngannou actually gave a fight to Tyson Fury. Now we don't know if it's like a case of underestimating on Tyson Fury part, because he is kind of a cocky jackass, but
like you,
he's mad still.
But that kind of goes to my next point. So we always talk about my math and how styles make fights, right? And how my math never adds according to your math. But this is one of those times that I think we might agree. I truly believe that Ngannou has less of a chance against AJ's fighting style than what he had against Fury, because Fury was more of a slick boxer, doesn't really come forward. Ngannou brought the fight to Tyson Fury, and Fury for the most part got pressed, and we saw what happened. But I don't think AJ is going to do the Andy AJ 2 type of style. I think he's going to
buckle down.
Yep, buckle down. And at the end of the day,
he's getting knocked out.
Who?
Joshua.
I guess we don't agree.
Ngannou's knocking out Joshua. Y'all heard it here first.
This guy. There's no way. So we're always having the argument of the UFC fighter will never beat the boxer. And you think the UFC fighter in this situation is going to beat the boxer?
The UFC fighter.
AJ is literally a better boxer. Plus, he has more power than Ngannou.
I can guarantee you,
about the same power.
Anthony Joshua's chin is going to get cracked by Ngannou.
Not if he boxes and then counter punches.
Tyson Fury tried to box and counter punch and he got dropped.
But Tyson Fury doesn't have the same pop as AJ.
Right, no, I agree. AJ's probably going to have a bigger pop for Ngannou, but Ngannou's faced bigger punches.
Okay, so you're telling me that because if you rewatch the Tyson Fury Ngannou fight, it took Ngannou a couple rounds to figure Tyson Fury out, and then after that he lost the ability to keep up because he caught Tyson Fury one time. Besides that, it was a shutout. Like, he literally lost all the rounds, which is the reason why he lost the fight.
I'll concede to you in this, that I don't really have a way of arguing why Ngannou. I really don't. It's the heart in me that's going to say Ngannou's going to knock out Joshua.
Oh, like you said, Nate Diaz was going to beat Jake Paul.
See, that's the problem with you. You always do this thing where you bring up irrelevant statistics.
It's literally the same concept. You are fighter,
my wife.
Fighting a boxer.
You're horrible. And it's just one of those things where we will wake up the next morning and go, dude, Ngannou knocked AJ the fuck out.
Yeah, no, there's no way.
I will bet you a carne asada.
I honestly believe if it was Wilder and Ngannou, I'd side with you.
No,
not against AJ. Not even against what we saw against
AJ's career has been anything but ordinary.
No, that's why we said he had his ups and downs, and but he stayed active. Activity is key.
So you don't want the carne.
Yes, I don't.
Oh, you had me. You had me. Mm-hmm. All right, that was an easy one for you. Possibly you're gonna look back.
But look,
damn, I should have bet that.
But look, this is what I'm thinking, because now with where AJ's at, is gonna leave us. Well, what's next for Wilder? Is he retiring? Right? I have a what if for you, and listen to this.
Okay, this should be good.
Technically speaking, once Tyson Fury and Usyk fight, there's been a lot of chit chat because the IBF is very strict with them demanding the number one contender to fight for the belt. Most likely, the winner is going to have to defend their belt against Filip Hrgović, right? Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If they vacate that belt because they have either a rematch clause or the fight was very competitive, whatever the case may be, right? And they vacate that belt.
Okay.
What if we have Wilder fight Filip Hrgović, make it the co-main against Ngannou and AJ, and we do the same concept again? Winners fight each other.
Are we really giving Wilder a bone?
I think this is the best he's gonna get if we're gonna ever see AJ Wilder again.
See, I don't really care to see that anymore because it's not gonna matter after Ngannou disposes of Joshua. But
well, regardless, if the upset happens, he's gonna be the co-main, so nobody knows. We're just gonna make these fights.
So you're putting Wilder in a situation like, dude.
Because look, if I remember correctly, in the IBF rankings, you have AJ 1, Filip Hrgović 2.
I know.
Yeah, figure that out for me. And even if AJ's 2 and Filip Hrgović is 1, regardless, that would mean that they both would have to fight each other for a belt, right? But what if you sneak Wilder in there because AJ's busy with Ngannou?
I don't like that word. I don't like that word at all. You don't just sneak somebody in. You earn your way in.
Wilder has earned his way in with that vicious. Okay, so what did I just say?
Yeah, Filip Hrgović,
because he just beat Otto Wallin.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Say sorry. Say sorry.
Sorry for accusing you of sneaking somebody in. I hate you. I mean, yeah, it could work, but you gotta really come at Wilder. Like if you're on the.
It's gonna be in the Saudis again. They're gonna throw a bunch of money to all four of them.
Right, but like if Wilder tries to go on diva mode and say, no, why am I gonna
diva mode? If he doesn't do this, where do you see Wilder in the top 5?
That's what I'm. So you're literally proving what I was gonna say next. You gotta literally tell Wilder, like, dude, this is it for you. Like, you better take this
sorry,
fight.
I didn't let you.
No, yeah, apologize to me.
Sorry for you being such a diva. God.
I love you.
Because beyond that, the only other thing that I think is gonna happen is they're gonna throw Wilder against your boy. I don't know how to say his name. Zhang.
Disrespectful whore. It's Zhang Jie.
That's what I said.
You are Asian. You should know this.
I never spoke the language. And at that point, it's literally just to make Jie Li.
You're literally gonna one day say Zhang Wei Li, and I'm gonna get pissed at you.
That's actually good.
Because you know how to say that name. But you can't simply say Zhang Jie Li.
Zhang Jie Li.
Thank you.
Besides the point, they're gonna throw Wilder to him.
Which I would have.
And I guarantee you that if Wilder decides to stay active, and they're gonna want Wilder on that same card of AJ Ngannou to try to save the AJ Wilder fight. To me, the one thing that makes the most sense is Filip Hrgović, because that gives them an opportunity to fight the number one contender. If he beats Filip Hrgović, that gives Wilder a reason, or they give freaking Eddie Hearn a reason to sell the AJ Wilder fight.
Yeah, you get some more.
Because if they put him against Zhang
Jie Li,
I don't. Wilder's that's the end of his career. I don't think he beats him.
Yeah, I mean that it would be a good co-main, because if you're gonna do Ngannou Joshua, you gotta really have a strong co-main to kind of carry it. Because I mean, people are still gonna look at it like me, still gonna look at it like MMA boxer again. We're doing this formula again.
Ngannou's a boxer. He's 0-1, ranked in the WBC top 10.
When he beats Joshua, I dub him a boxer.
Okay, he's technically still is, because he's ranked in the WBC.
He's in the PFL. So he's a hybrid.
If he beats AJ, that's gonna like push him up to top 5, and next thing you know, he's gonna fight the winner of Tyson Fury and Usyk.
How goated would it be if Ngannou goes and knocks out Anthony Joshua and then tells Wilder, meet me at the PFL, and then just goes and dismantles Wilder at the PFL?
And then comes back and beats Usyk?
I mean, at that point, you can probably sell that fight.
No, I don't think so.
Ngannou would be low-key one of the combat gods.
Yeah, but he's not beating AJ. I don't think so.
Well, we're going to revisit this. You know, when is the fight? I just saw it.
I think it's in April.
Is it in April?
My birthday. Don't forget my tickets.
First of all, your birthday's in March. Second of all,
That's actually my wife, or whatever.
you're my wife.
No. I'm the fart that got away.
Yeah, I let that one go. Oh man, it is set for.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's April.
Did they give it an actual time for that?
Yeah, when they
March 9th. I knew it.
Okay, well, I still said April.
I hate you. It's in March 9th, and it's in Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
Oh man, looks like we're gonna have a carne asada on your wife's birthday on you.
At 9 in the morning?
Sure.
I mean, that's the time to fight.
Food has no time, baby.
But, you know, Uncle Dana couldn't let us go another week without making some nice announcements. So
Which one do you want to start with? The one that you hate or the one that you like?
let's start with both.
Okay.
Because there's something that I don't know if you knew, but they have Charles and Dustin as underdogs on these fights.
I did know that.
They have Charles as an underdog again. How do you feel about that? Because that's what I think we've talked about this a lot. How, and this is the reason why I think Charles is going to be the greatest of all times and the greatest underdog of all times, because they keep
Disrespecting him.
100%.
And I know you hate it.
100%. That's why I wanted to start with just both of them, because they're both underdogs in these fights.
We'll break down each one. We'll start with I know the one that pisses you off.
No, we can start right here.
You want to do Dustin Poirier
Yeah.
versus, say it with me, y'all, Benoit
Bennett.
Saint Denis. That's a fancy name.
It's
I like
just
that name.
Dennis, but whatever.
It's Denis. You gotta give that little French sauce to it.
Uh-huh.
All right. Benoit's a savage.
Ex-Special Forces?
But the fact that Dustin Poirier did something that not a lot of fighters do. Right now, Dustin's ranked the third.
Oh, you mean Gilbert Burns did not do that for Hamza?
I'm not saying that it doesn't get done. You do this. See, you don't let me finish. I'm not saying it doesn't get done or it never gets done.
It happened like 10 times last year. Bro.
Give me the other 10.
I don't know, but...
What I'm saying is, though, when these older cats like the Poiriers and the Burns give these fighters like the Hamzats and now the Benoit an opportunity.
But is it Dustin or is it the UFC trying to push Dustin out now? What do you think?
No, I think...
Because I know that they had little chit-chats on their own, right? And that's kind of where the fight started marinating from.
Well, if you're Dustin, let's look at it, all right? Let's look at the division. You lost to Charles. You're not getting Islam. You lost to Gaethje. You got Dustin at 3. You got Saryukin, who has a date with somebody else who, we'll get to in a bit. We got Michael Chandler, who's waiting for Red Panty Night. You got Gamrot, who's got a fight with Rafael Dos Anjos. You got Dariush, who's coming off 2 devastating losses. You got Rafael Fiziev, who's recovering from his injury. Dan Hooker, still injured. Jalen Turner, I believe he has a fight lined up with possibly Bobby Green. Then you have Rafael Dos Anjos at 11, who has a date with Gamrot, number 6. And then we get to Benoit St. Denis. So Benoit is ranked 12, because I think that's just the best that they had for Dustin. But it's weird because Dustin has nothing to gain. He beats Benoit, and
stays the same.
Not a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, dude, like he beat Bennett." Perfect example right there. Whereas Benoit would shoot to the moon beating Dustin, and then we gotta really look at Dustin, who's by the time the fight happens,
he's already 0-3 now. 0-3. He's on. That would
if he loses to Benoit, he'd be 0-3 in his last 3 fights.
Yeah. Which that's going to put him right there in the Masvidal's, Tony, Gilbert, Colby conversations. And it's all funny because they're all in the same era.
Which was what I was going to get to next. Poirier, by the time the fight happens, he's 35.
I'm 35. What are you trying to say?
They're old as shit.
Damn.
And statistically, a lot of fighters begin to fall off at 35. Tony.
Yeah. Tony's what, 39?
He's 39 now, but his fall off happened about 4 years ago. Masvidal.
36?
38.
Oh.
Well, I guess he kind of had a resurgence at 35, but that doesn't really happen a lot.
Against who?
3 years ago, when he was fighting for the UFC welterweight title.
That's a resurgence to you?
In his career, when he was knocking out Ben Askren, took out Nate Diaz, and knocked out Darren Till.
Stop.
We're not going to get into that. We're not going to stop it. If you look at our last video, I said this dude is a Masvidal hater. But boy, will I be on his ass when Benavidez beats Canelo. Yeah, you stop laughing real quick on that one.
That's boxing. We don't talk boxing in the UFC.
But I think Poirier is kind of in a position where, like, he took this fight because, one, he's a savage. Dude can fight. He's literally the embodiment of anywhere, anybody, anytime. Like, the dude will fight anybody. So, but what sucks is that if he beats Benoit, he's kind of still got to, get another fight in before he earns a shot at the title.
Yeah, kind of what happened with Hamza. He beat Burns, but I mean, he still hasn't gotten the title shot. He defeated Usman.
Well, no, and then a lot of it has to do that Hamza beat Burns at welterweight, and then he had to move up. So it's kind of like a restart. So now he beat Usman. So it's kind of weird. But I think it's going to be a fun fight. I think the odds, it's weird that they have Benoit as a favorite. And I get it too because he's 27. But I think Dustin Poirier he's proven it time and time again. You know what this fight is similar to? And I don't want you to comment anymore after I say this because you're a dick. This is like when Justin Gaethje took the fight with Fiziev.
But you don't listen.
No, stop.
You don't listen. But I mean, obviously Benoit has a fair argument of why he should be the favorite, right? 5 finishes in a row, whether it be by knockout or submission.
Well, not just that, 12 wins, 12 finishes. Like, to cap that all off, like, the dude is an absolute savage. And I also think, in Dana's mind, if Benoit can beat Dustin, you got three French stars that I can think off the top of my head.
Who?
Benoit, Cyril Gane, Marion Ferrier. You can easily start doing a French card. So,
Trying to go to French.
you know, kind of like how we did the whole thing with Mexico. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. But if we go back to speaking about divas and Islam, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? I'm literally trying to tell you something that I think they're trying to set up.
Okay.
Is that if Islam's being a diva,
Okay.
saying that he doesn't want any more rematches,
Okay.
I think they're trying to set something up here. But then again, you still have,
Between who?
well, eventually Islam is what I'm trying to say. But then you still have Gaethje kind of just sitting on the sidelines, right? Because he, as of right now, he doesn't have anything scheduled.
Right.
So he beats Dustin. Would Justin be next for him?
If Benoit beats Dustin?
Yeah.
You know what? So Benoit, I'm gonna tell you something you probably didn't know. You know what Benoit said? I want to face Dustin because I want to be a BMF contender.
Ooh. So looks like we're going for the BMF belt against.
I guess Benoit's trying to prove that he's a real BMF around here.
Maybe this will be Masvidal's big return.
Masvidal returns. He's taking on Gaethje right out of the rip, and we'll get to more on that later. But I think Benoit beats Dustin. You gotta make Justin Benoit. You don't go through any more tests than that. Dustin and Justin.
Yeah.
And and then obviously you go for the title shot after that potentially. But we don't know who by then the champ is because we do on the other side of the announcement we have Charles Oliveira once again in a test against Arman Tsarukyan. How do you feel as a Charles fan?
Well, in his defense, or Islam's defense, he's injured. So how are we going to make the Charles versus Islam by UFC 300? Right? So I mean,
Can't happen.
you can't.
He's out until the end of the summer.
And Charles hasn't fought for almost what? Over a year? Close to a year?
Oliveira?
Yeah.
His last
I
fight.
think they were scheduled to fight sometime in July, and then he got injured. So I'm pretty sure he hasn't fought since.
No. So Oliveira fought in June of 2020. Then they made the fight official for, I think they wanted to make it for October, but it didn't go through.
Yeah, so at this point, it's in zero benefit to Charles to stay inactive. At this point, if Islam's not trying to be the main event for UFC 300,
Yeah, you can't.
right? So it's like, I mean, it is what it is. He's an underdog. He's proven everybody wrong multiple times.
So
I'm okay with it.
You think
I'm
Charles
okay
can get
with
through
it.
Arman?
I'm okay with it. Yes, he's done it many times against other fighters. So why is Arman any different?
Ooh, Arman is kind of like in that part of his career where he's like a raw talent that has like a lot to give, and he's finally kind of starting to put it all together since that loss to Islam.
But hasn't Charles been doing that as well?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So this is what makes it interesting. You got a guy that's entering that phase of his career where Charles is kind of like
right
I've
there.
been there, done that. I got the most finishes in UFC history, division regardless. But when we look at Charles, it's like, and I agree, he does deserve the title shot. I've said this. He beat Dariush. I think if Charles beats Tsarukyan, there's no more denying.
Yeah, fuck Islam and no rematch bullshit.
There it is. There's that angel that I wanted to see. There's that boy.
That makes zero sense after Charles gets through Arman.
And it's smart on Dana's part because like the fact that it's like to the two guys who Islam literally said, I don't want rematches. Okay, well the two guys that they want rematch with you, they're gonna do a number one contenders fight. And I know Poirier and Benoit's a 5-round fight. He didn't announce if Charles and Arman would be a 5-round fight because it is for UFC 300, but we don't know the placement of the fight on the card because there's still so much going on for UFC 300. So we don't know if it's a main card opener.
But see, this is where I'm having a hard time understanding what can be such a big matchup in UFC 300 at this point. If you look at UFC 299, that's just stacked. Like, I would have been okay with that being UFC 300.
I'm going to make a bold prediction here and say UFC 299 will be better than 300 was.
Yeah, based on what's already set for 299, it's like, dude, you can literally move 3-4 random fights over to UFC 300 and you're saving UFC 300, right?
Well, yeah, so...
Because at this point, like, what are we going to get for UFC 300 as the main event? Leon versus Bilal?
It's one of the co-mains, possibly.
Like,
I think what they're going to do is that they're waiting for Pereira in a fight with either Hill or Izzy or maybe Aspinall.
But look... But even
make Aspinall.
But even if I don't look, because you can have Leon versus Bilal, right? Even if you have Pereira versus Izzy and Izzy moves up, like for UFC 300, when you have 299 still stacked, like, do you really think?
I mean, who's available? Who's left?
That's what I'm saying. So where was Dana's reasoning when he was making all this? Can you ask him? Call him.
Gaethje Masvidal for the BMF.
I fucking knew you were gonna say that. I was literally about to say that shit. I knew you were gonna say that.
Book it. And if it's not Masvidal, give me Gaethje Holloway for the BMF title.
As what? As the main event?
No. As well.
I was gonna say
just to give a little more oomph to it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's something at this point, because by the looks of it, looks like Leon is gonna probably headline that whole fucking show.
No, he's not. I don't.
Then who?
Ain't no way. It's Pereira. It's gonna be Pereira. It's just a matter of who it is.
I mean, at that point, yeah. If he moves up, fights Aspinall, I guess that's worthier.
Big time.
Yeah.
Because it's for the. You know, John Jones just had his surgery today. Barely today.
He's not gonna.
They need an interim champ. Aspinall is the interim champ. They need to just
keep him busy.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying, and I think Pereira moving up is a better fight than if Izzy moved up. So for 300, at least at this point.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Because if you put Pereira in Jamal Hill, again, that falls in the same category as the Leon versus
No, Pereira's box office.
To you, to the Julio.
No, to the hungry, violent animals out there.
Again, you.
Yes, I'm one of them. I'm the president of the club. But I actually would want to see Pereira and Izzy 3. UFC 3, right?
301.
At 300. So to settle that beef, settle it.
No.
Well, yeah, you don't want to see Izzy die.
You can't just do Izzy Hamzat, throw him in there.
That would be a groundbreaker.
Mm-hmm. I think you should just do that. Have Alex move up, fight Aspinall. And then, we already have Charles booked for it, so, and obviously you're gonna throw Leon in there. I mean, at that point, I think that's the best way you're gonna save UFC 300, because 299 is too stacked to top it at this point, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a. There's not a lot left. The only way is if like Duplessis beats Strickland and they do a quick turnaround and they do Duplessis and like Adesanya.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you want that in Africa.
Yes.
For many reasons.
But I mean, they technically don't have, because Duplessis is coming, in a week or two?
It's in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. So, I mean, since these technically don't have the place announced, I mean, you could just announce Africa for UFC 300.
Like, to do UFC 300 in Africa? Mm-hmm. No, it's already in Vegas.
I thought you just said that we didn't have that booked.
UFC 300?
Yeah.
No, it's in Vegas.
299 is in Miami.
299 is in Miami.
Oh, okay. So that's what I was getting confused.
So it's kind of... And what's weird is that if Masvidal was really going to return, why wouldn't he just return at 299? So, like, Gaethje one is kind of out the window. Do Gaethje Holloway.
Yeah. You could just save 300 again. But, I don't know. McGregor fucked this all up. Dana White's fucking it up.
I think Dana's so pissed when he looks at
I really don't understand what...
I really think he was putting all his chips on Conor.
Oh, of course, but obviously Conor couldn't pass the freaking USADA freaking test, so that's why we had to push it all the way out to June.
And Chandler's happily just following that.
No?
So, And I think at UFC 300, you should have Shaf cut. No, I'm kidding.
My other twin brother.
I mean, other than that, you know, it's a lot of things coming up. I know Dana's actually gonna have more announcements tomorrow. He's supposed to have more announcements from tomorrow, and we'll see where it goes. I think that's gonna be related to UFC 300, knowing him. We'll see. There's a lot of what ifs.
Yeah. What else do you possibly have to do?
Because there's not a lot left on the table.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, so other than that, hit the like button, subscribe, share. I know some of y'all are lazy. I am too. But it's just a couple buttons, brother. You know? Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll see you on the next video.